Day. How are you?
I am well, bro. How about yourself?
I'm all right. So,
So, do you see the screen?
yes, I do.
Beautiful.
First of all,
So, let's do this.
I want to thank you for taking the time out to do this. For everybody that's listening, what this is we basically listed a maybe top 10 list of questions which we receive from clients and potential clients. And
Yep.
just for people that want to know, the answers to certain questions that are not so readily available to them. And
Yes.
Faisal has obliged. Thank you very much. So whenever you're ready, I'm ready to put you on the spot, sir.
Well, you're the one that's supposed to be ready. So, what is the main concern that we're having, and what are the questions? So I can answer those questions.
Right. I think some of the concerns is like, I know we're in a busy society of, social media and all sorts of virtual technologies and stuff. So whether people don't have the time to slow down enough to source information for themselves or pay attention
Yeah.
to the information that's in front of them, or they just don't really have the answers to these questions. So I thought it would be prudent of you to just, give some insight to make it easier. Somebody just pops in, watches the video real quick, they get the answer without having to do the research on their own.
That makes sense. Yep.
All right. So,
So, what's the first question?
okay. So first question. Why should I get warranty on tires or rims or both?
So the easiest way to put this is, uh, from April 2021, up until April of 2023. Tire and rim prices have gone up 92%. I'm not going based off of any other statistics, but the statistics that we have for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
If that means you're spending double the price, just the tires were already expensive, rims were already expensive. And when I say expensive, I'm not saying they're not affordable. I'm saying they are one of the higher expenses on your vehicle. And when you're going to spend $1,000, $2,000, maybe $5,000, the little bit of money that you have to spend to kind of protect that investment
Right.
is vital. Like if I was in any of our customers' shoes, I would look at it and say, look, if let's just say there's a rim and tire package that's $3,000 and the
Mm-hmm.
warranty is going to be another $300 or $400 on top, I wouldn't look at it and say, oh, I was going to buy a package that was $3,000. I was going to say, I'm buying a package that's 3,400 or 3,300, whatever the number is on top of the insurance, because I don't know the prices. Remember, I handle just the marketing. I handle the website. I handle
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the stuff on the back end. I don't know what the customer's concerns are. That's why you are the ones asking the questions. And
So,
in order to make sure that everything goes well, this is how we have to proceed, and just look at it overall and say, look, it was 3,400 instead of 3,000. And
mm-hmm.
look at all the spacings that we have in drive-throughs, right? You know how easy it is to scrape a rim, and then the worst part is you could get it, and a week later, a day later, after your purchase, you could damage it because you don't have the experience of driving with expensive rims and tires.
So
You
while you're right
yourself.
there, while you're right there at that part of your answer, so while you're there, what does this warranty cover? What do I get for this?
So it will cover any sort of road hazard damage that may occur.
Mm-hmm.
If you're driving and you hit a curb, you're covered, the rim and the tire. If you're
Mm-hmm.
driving and you go over a pothole and you damage the rim and the tire, they're both covered. What I mean is not covered like you come to us and you have to beg us for like months, like what you would have with a large manufacturer, where it can
Mm-hmm.
take 6 to 8 months before they even talk to you. You
Mm-hmm.
come in and we're dealing with it right away, right on the spot. So uh, we're ordering the rim right away, because what happens is our insurance company is the one that's going to be liable for paying for those damages because you
Understood.
paid for that coverage. So
So are you
any sort of
giving me,
damage,
would you
anything
give
that
me,
happens,
would you be giving me used stuff if I broke my stuff, or would you be replacing my
no,
stuff
no,
with new stuff?
everything is brand new, just the way you bought it. Remember, we don't sell any used products. So
Awesome.
even if you wanted,
Just so we know,
sorry,
just for the audience, the clarity is great.
yeah,
So I guess it's fair to say having the road hazard warranty is for the same reason you would have car insurance, so to speak.
Car insurance, yes. If, people have insurance on their phones.
Yep, if you have a
People
brand
have
new
insurance
smartphone.
on their houses. Even your mortgage has insurance, right? In case you
I
can't
have
pay it.
I have a MacBook, and I have warranty on my MacBook for the same reason,
You
because if
have
that thing
to.
goes, I'm not paying for it twice. You know.
The problem is this, that people think I won't need it until you need it, and then by the time you need it, it costs you more. So the deal that we have with the warranty company is if we sell it on the spot, it is half of the price of what it's supposed to be. So let's just say you come in and one of the techs is saying it's going to cost you, or the service reps is saying it's going to cost you $300 on top. If you
Mhm,
decide 10 minutes later and you
mhm.
come back and you're like, yeah, I want it, because the original invoice has already been created, we can't edit. None of our softwares allow us to edit invoices. So
Okay,
once the invoice has already been created, we can't go back and change the date and say, oh yeah, he wanted that or she wanted that. It's
understood.
done, right? Now you got to pay double the price. So
Right.
at other businesses, when somebody says, hey, now or later you're gonna have to pay more, they're just trying to make an extra buck. But the
Mhm.
reality for us is we're not in a position where we're like a smaller business and we're not like a large business. Money is not everything to us. For us, it's
Mhm.
customer satisfaction. The reason we got into this business 14 years ago was we said we wanted to be number one when it comes to rims. uh, I don't think we're there yet. We have a long way to go. This is just another tool to help us get there. Because right now, somebody will buy rims from us and then damage them a day later, and they'll look back at us and say, "Oh, these guys, they got me." But if you had the warranty, you wouldn't feel like that.
Right. And lastly, on the topic of warranty, what are the terms that you have? Is it just 1 year you can buy? Can you buy 2 years?
So you can buy 1 year and you can buy 2 years, and whenever your term is done, you can renew.
That's awesome.
You can keep renewing. All you got to do is, if it's rims, we got to take pictures and send it to the warranty company, insurance company,
Right.
warranty company, same thing. If
So
there are
scan.
tires, we don't have to send them any pictures. We just have to send them, an invoice of what we did, because this, how are you going to prove, right? The next
Understood.
thing is, if you didn't buy the rims or tires from us and you want to get a warranty on them, you can still get a warranty on that. So
Oh,
it's
wow.
not just like that.
That's big. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. So my second question, and I don't want you to laugh, okay?
Yeah.
But I want you to explain to us why installation is not free.
That's very simple. Uh, our guys that work at the back, they are the backbone of this company. Okay. For the front, I mean, it's difficult work as well. It's definitely difficult, but the guys at the back, they're the ones that have to deal with the tires, the rims. Is heavy work, and it's not like they don't have to use any of their mental capacity to perform their job. That is difficult as well. Like, you leave a nut loose or you leave a tire loose because you were so focused on who won the Grammys the other day. Uh, you're gonna put somebody's life at risk. So, and not just one person. You could block off the whole highway. Somebody's tire comes off, the car goes flying. They end up hitting 3, 4 other cars. They got problems. And then, if you want to go further, like, there's so much more to it. I can go on for like another 5 minutes regarding this, but
I,
to make it simple, they work very hard. Toronto is probably the most expensive city in the world to live in, and they got to get paid. And in order for us to be able to keep them, they got to get we got to get paid so we can pay them. So when we charge 25 or 35 or $50 for a tire installation and balancing, it is nothing compared to what other businesses are charging. We've gone 14 years into this business now, and our prices have still been at $25. And we're finally at a point where we're probably going to have to change it at some point in the near future, just so we can afford to keep our guys. And now our guys are not like, the bigger oil change, chains where they just hire kids out of like high school, 16, 17, 18-year olds, 19-year olds. Our guys are mature, they're experienced, they are top of the line technicians. They're not some people that you can just find off the street. We got to take care of them. If we take care of them, there is Limitless. If there is Limitless, we can take care of the customer. If we don't have them, we don't have Limitless. It's simple as that. So
Under,
that's the first thing. That's the first thing. The second thing is a typical tire changer and balancer that is at your regular tire and rim shop, or even your mechanic shop, especially your mechanic shops versus other tire and rim shops.
Mhm.
The best balance, the tire changer that is available besides the one that we have is around maybe $10,000 or $12,000. The one that we have is $45,000. So the tire changer is $45,000, not $4,500. The reason we have this one is because it doesn't touch your rim. It won't scratch your lip. You won't leave with, a damage to your rim. Like, in order for us to be able to do that, we have to have this equipment. There is no middle ground. There's no
So,
machine that's like $20,000 that can do the same thing. For the balancer, we have road force balancers at all locations. A road force balancer is around $32,000. You can get a typical one for like $6,000 or $7,000 on a good day. Those
mhm.
ones won't have road force balancing, and they will not balance your tires properly. When your tires are not balanced properly, you will damage your tires, because it will start cupping the tires. The tires will have uneven wear, and that will start creating noise. So you can have $1,000 tires that you can buy from a regular tire and rim shop or a mechanic shop. If they don't have the proper balancer, it will cause the tires to start cupping. Google it. I could be lying. I could be making things up just to make it sound
so,
like we're cool.
so,
But Google it.
so
Tire
it's fair to
cupping.
say,
Cupping. I'm almost done, bro. Your tires will be gone within 6 months. You'll have a
oh,
lot of tread left on them, but you won't be able to drive on them. They'll make so much noise, it'll sound like an airplane taking off.
oh wow.
In order for us to pay for all of this, we have to charge. Now, like I said before, our tire changing installation pricing have not changed. Inflation.
Mm.
After inflation, everything went up. Our installation and balancing prices haven't changed. That doesn't mean they won't change, but look at how long it's been. 14 years, same price.
Right.
That's the
Sounds
least we
like
can do for our clients.
sounds like you've been eating a lot of cost.
Yes, yes. Yep.
Um, Great answers. My next question, and I keep telling you don't laugh, okay?
Yeah, no, no. Look,
I want to know,
a wise man once said, no question is a stupid question, right?
mashallah.
So let's go.
I also want to know, why do I have to pay tax if I pay cash?
Because the most important thing that we have going for us is that we are a Toronto made Toronto made company. We're one of the few companies that are doing what we're doing that actually was founded in Toronto, and
Mhm,
we love our country. We
mhm.
will not commit any sort of fraud. We will not scam the government. We will not scam our clients. If a person is willing to, if a business is willing to not charge you taxes,
Mhm.
uh, because you pay them cash, how can you trust that individual or that company? If they're
Right,
willing to scam someone else, what's to say, or who's to say that they're not scamming you?
right,
It
right.
all comes back to following the rules and making sure you're not scamming anybody or anything, being honest as you can possibly be. It is the most important thing I can talk to you about. It's so important.
Wow.
Second reason, second reason you have to do it. We're a growing company. We are not in a position where we're gonna say, yeah, this is what we want for the rest of our lives. June 2019, we had one location in Toronto. Right now we have 5. The reason you can get here is when your books are in order. You can see how much money came in, how much money went out. You can monitor your expenses, and you can make sure you keep growing and you don't spend more than what you can afford. The last thing that's just as important as the first two, the taxes that you are asking us not to pay, we've already paid that. When we bought the tires and the rims, we already paid those taxes.
Right, right.
If the end user is the one that pays the HST. If you aren't paying the HST, that means we pay the HST. So that means we are manipulating the numbers to make it work, right? And those are the 3 main things.
Thank you. Okay. Question number 4. How do I find my membership ID?
So your membership ID is very simple to obtain. As you can see on the screen share, Are you seeing the screen share first of all, just to make sure?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
You're seeing it. Beautiful. You go to become a member, you go to packages, you go to my account, you go to login. Once you log in, as soon as you log in, you put in your username and your password. You click this, and your whole backend shows up where it shows you all your information about your membership. When you signed up, uh, how much you paid so far, how many renewals you've had so far, when your next renewal is. You can even cancel from that page as well. So you don't have to email us. You can just go in and cancel it yourself. And that's the way it's set up, and that's how it's got to be.
Perfect. So you also answered my next question, because I was about to ask you how to log into my membership, which you already covered. So thank you. So we're going to skip to question number
Beautiful.
6.
Yep.
And this question, you know what? I won't say what I think about this question. I'm just going to go ahead and ask you.
Yep.
How do I order tires online? And
So
with that, while you're there, please show us how to use the 150 code or any code that Limitless Tire might have going on at the time to give clients and customers discounts.
got it. So the pricing for tire purchases online is always going to be cheaper. Always. The reason it's cheaper is because, again, we spoke about the tire technicians. The same thing applies here, right? The people that are doing the work are getting paid. If you do the work yourself, then you're earning that discount, right? Where you're not having to pay. So that part is very important. Now, the reason we've done it this way is it's important because we don't want people to miss it. The first thing that happens is, where is this? It's here somewhere. Give me 1 second. The shop tires. So you'll see it here, first of all. First, you'll see it here, right? And then if you miss this, then you go down here and you should see it here. If you miss that, then you come down here and you see this. Okay.
Oh, wow.
If you miss this, right, then you come down here and you'll see this, right?
So there's like 6 contingencies.
Yeah. Well, no, there are 6 different options actually.
Right.
But it's 6 different ways. So you come down here. The first thing you want to do is you want to make sure your location is the correct location. So these are the locations that we have. Let's just say right now I am signed. How do you know what location you're signed into? You go in here and you select, let's just say I'm in Pickering, so I'm going to choose this one right here. And then now you can choose by tire size or by a vehicle. We can set it to a vehicle, but the problem is that a lot of people will end up buying something and they'll think that that is the tire size, and then it won't be the tire size, and then they'll order it, and then they'll come in, and then it won't be the correct tire size, and then you'll have other problems. So basically, this is how you search by vehicle, right? And you go to now you can go to tire size, and you can just choose let's just say 205, 55, 16, most common tire size in the world. You choose any one of these, whichever one you want. Right now we're in the winter. If you want more information about the speed rating and all of that, which it doesn't matter because most of them are the less than 120 kilometers. Like most tire sizes will go up to like about 170 kilometers. But if you still want the exact size, you can choose that, and then you can choose load index as well. Let's just say you don't choose those. You go to find tires now, and it takes a long time to load. It's not because our website is slow. It's because the software that we're using is being used by a lot of people. And at the same time, no one has the amount of options that we have. Remember, this is just winter tires.
Wow. That's
30.
It's a lot.
Right. It's 32. So that's just winter tires. I mean, if you want to get rid of this, you can see it'll go to 91. The reason we have so many is because we want people to have the option to choose what they want to purchase. So let's just say I'm in here. I'm going to go back to winter, and then you got price range to start off, and you can choose. You can say, look, I don't want to pay for anything more than $154, and it'll show you all the options that are up to $154. Let's just say you don't want that. You can eliminate it from there, and then you want to choose a brand. So let's just say I'm looking for whatever shows a number beside it. Those are the options that are available. So if you see 0, that means there aren't any Cooper tires available. You come back in here and you choose, let's just say Goodyear. It'll show you all the Goodyear options that are available right here. Right?
Wow.
Eliminate that, and then the same thing, it just continues. Category, season, run flats or not, speed rating, index, whatever. Now, what you'll see at the top here is you'll see that the reason we show it at the top is they are, well known. Everybody wants Firestone or Bridgestone.
Right.
And
Right.
you click here and you can actually redeem the, the offer from the rebate offer from the supplier.
Oh wow! So you guys list and offer the rebate there too.
Yeah,
Pretty straightforward stuff. I thought try to keep that for yourself.
beautiful. No, we can't do that, right? Again, it comes down here, and it says here, tire offer in Canada, up to 100, save up to $140 back. You'll get the $140 from there if you buy these ones. So let's just say we go with these ones here. And now you're in a position where you can see the tires and you can see what quantity you have, what the price is per tire, what the price is for all four. And then you come back down here, and this is first thing you'll see is the OTS fee, which is from the government. So this is not us charging it. The government charges $4.50 per tire, right? So let's just say I go back in here and I change the quantity, it'll go to $4.50. So they charge $4.50. So this is purchased. So that way, when you are disposing of this tire, like 4 years later, 5 years later, 6 years later, you have already paid the disposal fee for it. The next thing you'll have is lifetime vehicle vibration diagnosis. Now we can do this because we have the expensive equipment. The equipment will actually give you a report. So you can come back anytime you like and say, listen, why are my tires vibrating? And it'll actually print out a report.
Oh, wow.
The next one is bead sealer. So a lot of people don't even use bead sealer. What is bead sealer? It's a sealer that you put around the tire so the tire doesn't start leaking in case the temperature drops or the temperature goes up. So right now, the bead sealer, right now, if you don't use a bead sealer, there is contact between rubber and metal, and the rubber is not sticky. The bead sealer is sticky. So what it'll actually do is it's like a double-sided tape. It will stick the tire to the rim. So that way you won't have air leaks. New valve stems. So most tire shops, they won't change these. Most rim shops or even especially mechanic shops, they won't change them because they don't even have them in stock.
What a
We have
valve stem? Is that the thing that you pump the air into?
That's the thing you pump the air into.
Okay,
That's what it looks like. Right. So you got to change these because over time they start to crystallize. The rubber becomes hard and it becomes more like plastic. And again, the air, this is holding the air in the tire. If you don't change these, you're gonna have problems. And then if you have tire sensors, we will reset them free of cost if you have them. And then lifetime flat repairs. So you can come back and if you bought the tires from us, you come back, we'll do the tire repair for free for as long as you have these tires. The next thing is, again, here's the installation. You can add it or you can remove it. This is the equipment that we have here. It's a tire, Hunter Revolution. You should Google it. Do your research on it. I know you're purchasing tires and you don't really care, but it does matter. It definitely matters. Here's wheel alignment. You can add it. You can remove it. If it's green, that means it's added. Tire pressure sensors. So if you want, you can add them. You can remove them, whatever you like. If you buy them from us, obviously we're going to program them. And then here you go. You can add steel rims. So if you click on this, it will add steel rims. It's for most vehicles. So this does not apply to Japanese vehicles.
Right.
It applies to, my fault. It does not apply to German vehicles. It applies to Japanese and domestic, and even Korean. So anything but German. You can click on this. This is why it says most vehicles. So if you bought this and your vehicle didn't have steel rims available, we would contact you right away and say, look, they're not available, right? And then here you go. Here is the rebate from Bridgestone. And you have to get this after. So again, there is a deadline. If you don't do it within this time, you will lose that money. And now that you have chosen steel rims, and let's just say you wanted only the tires. This is your subtotal. These are your taxes. And order your tires. This is your total. You will leave a 10% deposit. So this is 10% of the total. You will leave a 10% deposit here. And if you wanted to use the coupon code, you would type in save 150 right over here. You go to apply, and all of a sudden you have saved $150. Right. Next thing is you fill out your information, your vehicle information, you click on checkout, and you put in your payment information, and boom, you're done. You're good to go.
So you pretty much stuffed everything into this website. It's fairly easy to use. You check
Yeah,
out pretty quickly.
it is.
All
We
right.
have a lot.
So
If you think that a lot of people are not buying tires online now and rims as well, the dynamic has changed. The world has changed. I mean, we've had
this
this software on our website. It's called Tire Connect. We're probably going to keep it for another month or so because we are also working on this. Well, we're not even working on it anymore. It is pretty much ready to go. This is our own Tire Connect, you can say.
okay.
It's an e-commerce platform. I don't know why it's taken so long to load. Usually it loads within seconds. I think that's because there was already information in there. So let's just say I go back home and I have a 2020 BMW 3 Series. Like, look at the speed of this and what we had with Tire Connect, right?
Oh wow.
You click on tires, it'll show you all the options that are available for your vehicle. So imagine we didn't have this before where we have
Yeah.
staggering as well. So let's just say you have 225, 45, 18 in the front and 225, 40, 18 in the back. 255, 40, 18 in the back. You click on this and it will show you all the tires, the pricing, and it will show you the rough idea of what it will cost. That's pretty much it. So you click on this, you choose that, it'll give you the option for next. Right, so you can choose
Okay.
triangle. Again, the same thing happens here. We have, if you want winter, all season, summers, let's just say winters, these are the options that we have right now. Again, like I said before, we're adding more stuff.
And
And again,
I can buy a wheel and tire package from this new one also.
yeah. So let's go back into that and say, okay, instead of just, so this is for just wheels, this is just for just tires, and then this is for a package builder.
Or we could build a full package.
I love it.
I'm,
So
I'm
let's
just
just say,
pointing this out because the first one you showed us didn't provide this option. It only
yeah,
provided the option steelies.
yeah, yeah. So let's
Impressive.
just say I wanted 20-inch rims, or for the winter, you can go to the smallest size if you want, a 17-inch. If you have both open, it will show you both, and you can see the results changing here. So if I
Wow.
unclick this, it'll go to 77. So it's removing that many items within a second. So 17-inch, and if I want staggered, I click on that. If I want staggered width, I click on this. But if I want square, I click on this. If I click on staggered and nothing shows up, that's because there's nothing available for staggered for that diameter. So for 18-inch, there is something available, right?
Impressive.
I click on this and then I can change the color of whatever I'm looking for. So let's just say I want something different. So silver. So look at the speed. Look at the speed, bro. That's the most important thing. Here are the brands and then the model of the rim that are all the ones that are available. This one right here, I love the most. If you want an OEM fitment, that means the rim is sitting inside the fender, which is OEM. If you look at all the OEM vehicles, OEM stands for original equipment manufacturer. So that means that whatever was standard on your vehicle, all the rims that sit inside the fender. It looks a little weird, you know what I mean? It looks like somebody cheaped out on the rims and they just, you know what I mean?
So it's basically
If you want
fitment,
something to, if
factory
you want
fitment.
something to be flush and you want it to sit aligned with the fender,
Yes.
this is what you need. You just click on flush, all the options here, and remember, all of this stuff is guaranteed by us. So it's
There is an
not
option
like,
for flush. This is crazy.
yes, you chose flush, you chose staggered, you want to go to the next page, and now you have all the tires that will fit those rims. Let's just say I choose, again, if I want to change the brand, I can change the brand. I want Bridgestone, it'll show me Bridgestone if they're available. So I guess it's searching to see if they're available. Now remember, we're about 80% done with what we're looking for. I still got some more time. So if it's still loading, that means it's most likely not available. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to see if Bridgestone is available here somewhere. It's not available. That's why I just kept
under production right now, almost ready to be released.
It is available on the market. So for anyone that's looking to add this search on your website and you want to sell it to other people, you want to add this to your website and you want to start using it, you can. There's a fee for it, but you can start using it. So now we have caliper paint if you want to add that. You have tire installation balancing if you want to add that. Oh, sorry, that was the protection plan. And then this is installation and balancing. You go to next, and you enter the location where you want the product to be shipped to.
Okay.
So you can add whatever address you want to have in here, and it will take you to the next page. And then you're basically able to make the payment and so on. So I made this a little bit too long. Let's finish off the questions.
right.
So what other questions do we
Techie
have?
stuff. So, well, since you're there, what I'm gonna ask you is, here's another question that pops up a lot. So I'm just gonna be devil's advocate. Why should I buy tires from you when I can go on an online store and I can get dirt cheap tires?
Well, first thing is first, they're not dirt cheap. They're about maybe $10-15 cheaper, maybe $20 cheaper per tire. That's like $80. Let's just say they're $25 cheaper. All right. You know what happens a lot of the times? People will show us the prices, and when we start digging deeper, and we actually, ask them, hey, listen, buy from there. And if you actually get the tires, come into us. I'm not saying we're going to offer this going forward. I'm saying this is what we've done in the past. Come back to us and we'll pay for your installation. We'll do the installation for you because the online store can't do the installation, right?
Mhm.
We'll do the installation and we won't charge you for the installation. You just have to show us the bill that you got the tires that you wanted, that you showed us for that price. Because 9 out of 10 times, they don't even have that tire in stock anymore. They have the
Mhm.
pricing that they have is outdated. It's from like a year or 2 years ago. There are so many brands that are online that they don't need to, they can't keep up with what's actually in stock and what is not in stock. The best thing about our platform right here is whatever you see is only the stuff that have a minimum quantity of 8 in stock.
Mhm.
So whatever you see here, there's a minimum of 8. So other businesses that are online won't have that. So they'll have old pricing and they'll show us that pricing and we'll say, no, it's impossible that you can get this tire for this price. And if they show us the bill, we will actually, install their tires for free. So order from there, show us what you paid for. And if it is as cheap, then you know what, we'll do the installation. We've done this in the past and we've never had to pay a single person yet. Never. Because it's
Wow.
never been true. Most of the time, they don't even come back to you. Because the customer never wanted to pay your price in the first place.
Mhm.
So they found someone, that probably sells used tires. Because
Right.
the new tires weren't available for that price anymore. That's the first thing why you have to buy from us and not online. Second thing is, I had a customer last week came in and he said, hey, I bought these tires from you, but they were cheaper online. I'm a returning customer of yours. I said, okay, no problem. We're going to take care of it. We're going to match the price for you. But all I want for you to do is order those tires that you can order them for that price. And I will return the tires that I installed already back to my supplier
Mhm.
if you can do that. And the guy said he made so many excuses. Like he's a returning customer, so I trust him 100%. He made so many excuses, but he couldn't get the tires. You know why? I asked him to send me a screenshot, and you know what it said? It said 3-week wait time.
Oh, wow.
So he bought the tires. I'm pretty. He came to North York. He bought those 255, no 275 50/20 tires.
Wow.
He came to where you guys are. He dealt with the fees. He could get those tires for $300 less than what we charged, not including the installation. So it was really $200 less. But the problem was he would get those tires in 3 weeks, and who knows if they would actually have them in 3 weeks, right?
So it might be
So
delayed.
I said, if you wanna wait, because I trust you and I know you, order those tires for that price. I will
Mhm.
take them from you. I will return them to my supplier, and I will match your price, and we're good. And he's like, no, but I don't want to wait 3 weeks. I want the tires now. I
Right.
said, what do you want me to do? Like, I can't.
And while you're there, can you explain the term DOT?
DOT is basically the date a product was manufactured, and you can check the DOT on the tires, so you can see when they were manufactured. What you're gonna see is 4 digits, and they will be in a circle, in an oval circle, on the sidewall of your tire. The
Mhm.
first 2 numbers will be the week the tire was manufactured,
Mhm.
and the last 2 will be the year it was manufactured. So right now, if you're buying some tires and we're sitting in October, We're about 8 weeks away or 9 weeks away from the end of the year. So that would leave us on the 43rd week of the year. And it will say 2023. So it'll say 4/3/23. So if you don't want anything old, and that's the other thing. I forgot about this. I said the condition is I will only take those tires from you as long as the DOT is same or newer than the one that we gave you. Because they could be selling tires that are 2, 3, 4 years old. Even 2 years is not that bad, but 3, 4 years old, of course they're going to be cheaper because nobody wants them.
So my question for you with that, and we'll leave this question. So if I get this correctly, if a tire has an old DOT, the older the DOT, does that mean that those old tires could be discontinued?
They can be discontinued for sure. Especially if you have Continentals, every year they kind of discontinue a brand like a model, and then they'll bring on another model with a slightly different name, but it's the exact same tire. But again, if it is discontinued, it's discontinued. You know what I mean?
Right. The reason why I asked that, because I'm thinking I'm buying 4 brand new tires. I mean, they're new, but they're not new in terms of when they're manufactured. So let's say I run over a nail and I pop one, I might not be able to replace that same tire. I'm gonna have to have an odd tire with the 3 other tires because they don't make them anymore.
Yeah, exactly. That's what will happen. This is why we highly recommend people to go with the brands that we've been selling for 14 years. Because these brands, what they will do is they will not keep changing the model over to fool people. So if you take Michelin, they had their X Ice, and then they had their X Ice 2, and then they had an X Ice 3, and then I think they've gone back to X Ice something. Right. So when they do this, when you go back and you have to get another tire, a lot of places, especially dealerships and the bigger tire stores, they'll say, no, we have to replace at least 2 tires. We can't replace just one. But we've been selling triangle tires for 14 years. Zero problem. Never had a customer. Well, we've had customers complain. I won't lie about that. You'll have one customer per year complain about them because they will not keep changing the model of the tire. So you can actually legit right now buy a model that was available 5 or 6 years ago. It'll be like a triangle model. It'll be available.
So with that said, and I don't want to put you in an awkward position, but I do have this question. Why do you think there's such a huge bias against Chinese manufactured tires?
Well, this is a really good question, Ashley. The first thing is the iPhone was made in China. And you're on an iPhone right now, okay? So let's not even go there.
I'm on the newest iPhone right now.
The second thing is it all depends on the standard of the company that is manufacturing the tire.
Right.
The tires that we sell that are manufactured in China are manufactured in China, but based on Canadian standards. The company is in Concord. It's called Dynamic Tire. Look them up. We've been working with them for almost 9 years now. They have a really, really high standard for their Chinese tires. They do a really good job of manufacturing some good tires. Never, we've had more people complaining about branded tires than we've had about dynamic tires. The reason for this is simple. The more you spend, the higher standards you have, the more you want back from the tire. Right. So let's just say we say, listen, triangles will cost you $400 or $500. The same price for Michelins will be around $850 to $900.
Right.
Why would we sell a product for 14 years if it wasn't a good product? How would we still be in business by selling a garbage product?
Understood.
Really good product. The reason it's cheaper is not because it's a garbage product or it's cheap quality. The reason it's cheaper is because they don't spend billions of dollars on marketing, every 5 years.
Right.
Who pays for the marketing?
Well,
the tire does not pay for the marketing. You, as a customer, pay for that marketing.
That's
you
why
can
the
pay
other
for the
tire
marketing and the tire, or you can just pay for the tire. and you can just
Understood.
trust the people that you're working with. If you're working with Limitless, this is not just about Limitless. This is even if you go to a different mechanic shop or a tire shop. If you have a mechanic and he says, "Trust me," and you've known this mechanic for 2, 3, 4 years, or if they've been in business for 14 years like us, and if they're saying, "Trust me, I know what I'm talking about," trust them.
Still the
You will save a
professional.
lot of money. And guess what happens when you trust them? If there is a problem, you're going to go back to them and you're going to say, "Look, I have this problem," and they're going to have to fix that for you.
Right.
Right. So let's just say if somebody buys triangles from us and I tell them, "Hey, listen, this tire is going to last you roughly 80,000 kilometers, and the tire is gone in 15,000 kilometers, even though we did the alignment and the alignment was perfect. Something went wrong with the alignment. We're going to take the tire back from you because it only lasted you 15,000 kilometers. As long as you weren't using it for commercial or Uber or Lyft or Uber Eats or
Right.
anything commercial, it was used as passenger." Remember, nobody does 15,000 kilometers in 2 months, 3 months. If you did
Right.
15,000 kilometers in 3 months, and the tire is gone and it wasn't used for commercial, and we can see that it wasn't used for commercial or
Right.
burnouts or anything, we'll deal with it. But imagine you buy a tire from Michelin or a Bridgestone. I don't want to attack Michelin. I love Michelin. I think it's an amazing tire. If you can afford it, definitely get it. And when you put in a warranty claim, it'll take them 3 to 4 months before they get back to you. And there is like a 90% chance that they will do nothing for you.
Versus the Limitless Tire warranty, how would you
Yeah.
chop that
So
up?
let's just say you came to us and you bought the tires. Remember, this does not apply to every single person. Not
Right.
everyone is honest. A lot of people
Right.
will not be honest, and they'll say, "No, I'm not doing Uber." They're actually doing Uber. Or we'll ask them, "Are you using this for commercial?" They might think that commercial Uber is not commercial, or they might be doing deliveries for other people. That's not related to Uber or Lyft or anything else. And they'll think that they're being honest, but the reality is, who does 15,000 kilometers in 2 months?
That's a lot of miles, man. For 2 months.
But let's just say you did 15,000 kilometers in a year and the tires are worn out. Come and talk to us. We're going to work. We're going to fix it. We're going to figure out what happened. We're going to talk to the supplier and we're going to deal with a headache. But when it's a Michelin tire or any branded tire, you have to deal with the supplier. You have to deal with a headache.
Okay, so final question. It's a two-part question, and I think this is a big question because it has to do with safety also, right?
Yeah.
So two-part question. My car is all-wheel drive. Why do I need winter tires? And the other part of that question is, what is the difference between a brand new winter tire and a brand new all-season tire? It's the same thing to me. Why do I need to pay for that?
Let's do the first one first. All-wheel drive.
All-wheel
So
drive.
it all comes down to a few things. Having winter tires is not just for the sake of saying I have winter tires. There's a reason why people get winter tires. There is a massive difference in winters and all seasons. In stopping, how quickly you can stop them, your vehicle, and what kind of grip you get. If you get stuck in the snow with winter tires, there's a good chance that by working through it for like a few seconds, you will actually get out of it. When it comes to all seasons, if you're stuck, you're just stuck. It's not going to work. There are thousands and thousands of videos. There are thousands and thousands of blogs telling you the difference between winter tires and all-season tires. If your vehicle is an all-wheel drive and you don't want to get them, that does not stop you from hitting somebody when you're braking. When you're driving, right, you'll get better cover, you'll get better grip. But when you hit the brakes and you start sliding, that has nothing to do with your vehicle if it's an all-wheel drive or not.
Right. So let me
When you're
just be
doing that,
sarcastic here. So what you're
yeah,
saying and I'm going to use myself as an example because, I thought my big expensive all-wheel drive system, I'm the man. So what you're
yeah,
saying for the guys like me out there is the tires is what gives me my grip and my stopping power and not my all-wheel drive system. And I
yes,
feel really stupid saying this.
it's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Your
Okay.
second question was all season tires?
Yes.
Oh, so yeah, if you look at your all season tire and you
Mhm.
let's do it right now. Right? Let's do it right now. Let's go
What
back
makes the
to
all season so, you know what I mean? Because it's called all season, right?
yeah. It's the reason all season matters in this situation is if you live in areas like maybe Washington D.C., where they get like maybe 9 centimeters, 10 centimeters of snow per season per year.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying?
Oh, I understand.
In that situation, yes, definitely. It is all season
But
because
for
in case the snow comes in, you're
mhm.
kind of okay. Okay, so
But a
let's take a look.
Canadian winter.
See this tire? You
Well,
see
that's
these
what it was.
lines you see the lines in the tire?
Yes.
These
Oh
little
wow.
lines in the middle here. The
Yeah.
reason that you have them is they are able to take in some of the snow, and it's like a different portion of the tire that's getting grip on the road every single time.
Oh wow.
You have spacing in there where the snow can actually go inside and absorb that snow instead of that being on a flat surface. Let me show you right now with all season.
So it's like a snow and ice filter.
Here we go. Look at, let's just say this is the area where they have like 4 lines, right? There's
Right.
a line here, there's a line here, there's a line here. That area is absorbing that snow and taking that snow and getting it stuck in between the tire
Oh,
and giving it an opportunity to leave the tire from the side of the tire. But if you
understood.
had this, you're just sliding.
Because the snow's gonna get stuck and stay there.
The snow is on top of the tire
Oh wow.
instead of
So
inside the tire and leaving from the side of the tire. And it's not just snow, it's water as well.
oh,
You could just look at the tire. Okay. The other
I can
question I
tell
can
this.
another question that can be asked is if you want to if you want to look at the difference, if you let's just say you go to summer,
Yeah,
right? Now look at a summer tire.
it looks almost bald.
If you have the summer tire and then you have all season and winter. Let's take a look. I want to have everything on one page. So this is winter.
Right.
Look at everything that's there. So
Yes. That,
the water is leaking from the snow, and the water is getting out from this side,
right.
from that side. Instead of it being stuck on the tire,
Right.
the snow actually goes inside there.
The
So
winter.
in the winter tire, yeah.
Yeah, I said the winter tire looks way more aggressive and has way more detailed stuff. Like,
Yeah.
take for me versus the summer tire, which I guess it is what it says it is. It's only for like dry pavements mostly. And
Yeah.
then the all season seems like intermediate, but it definitely doesn't seem like it's really built for any large amounts of snow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's where we are. Um, I
Well,
think you just gotta do some research, because right now the tires that were $1,000 uh 2 years ago, 2.5, even let's just say 3 years ago,
mhm.
they are now about $1,900. And that's across the board, like everyone.
I was going to ask you that as the closing question. As usual, we're humans, so we're always price watching. But I wanted you to touch on inflation because this is your industry. Obviously, people don't watch the inflation of your industry because we don't care. We just want the best deal.
Yep.
So, can you just speak on the inflation in the tire industry and the increased costs that you faced over the last few years, especially coming out of COVID and surviving that?
So this is what happened. There was a time where uh getting a container from overseas was about $5,000. At
Mm-hmm.
the peak of COVID, that container became around $20,000.
Oh,
What happened is the Chinese tire companies, they actually lowered their prices back to where they were pre-COVID. But the
mm-hmm.
branded name companies, they were sneaky. What they did is they increased their prices and they left them there.
Wow.
And the reason they left them there is because they don't care. Like they know they're gonna get paid and they're gonna get paid. So if you look at the Chinese tires, like this tire was probably like 110 or 105 pre-COVID. But if you go to like a Michelin or a Bridgestone, this tire was about $100 before COVID.
Oh wow.
These companies, they never had these shipping problems because they manufacture the tires in America.
Right.
Why did they raise their prices? Because they wanted to, and they could, and they did. So now it's your call. You want to be wise, make the right decision, or you just want to say, oh, well, who cares, and pay the cost? Whichever way you go is fine with us. Our job is to educate you and share the knowledge that we have to help you. At the same time, tires are not something that you purchase every year. If you want to pay the higher price, no problem. That's fine. But just make the right decision, right? If you want to get branded tires, you can get Nokian, Michelin, Bridgestone. Don't get any other branded tire. Every other branded tire is not that good. They're extra expense, but what they don't deliver the quality, and they don't meet the standards that they promise you.
Right.
And if you don't want to get the branded tires, there are Triangles, Mirage. We've been selling these tires for years. And there is one more that is very hidden that a lot of people don't know. And after this, I think we should be good. Is Minerva. It is not available for this size in winter. So again, I guess, well, it should be here. Maybe it's not available at the Pickering location. But Minerva is a European tire. It's a really good tire. And when you see the pricing, you will not believe the pricing. Well, it's not here. So I guess it's not available because I'm in Pickering. But at any other location, you should be able to see it.
Right.
All right.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to answer these questions.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
I think everybody will. You've definitely, I mean, people don't laugh at me. He educates me also. I'm educated, and hopefully this helps.
Bro, we're all learning, man. Nobody knows everything. We're all learning. We're all students of life. And the person that thinks they know everything, they actually don't know anything.
Well said. Thank you very much, sir, and have yourself a great afternoon.
And you too, sir. Take care.
Take care.
Bye-bye.